we went back and forth, and I love a good haggling and go back and forth, but it was getting a little ridiculous. And it was also, 2 o'clock in the morning by that time. All right, so it's 11:51 on a Saturday. Me and the package princess, which is sitting behind me. A lot of people would refer to as a passenger princess, but I don't let her up in the passenger front seat. But whenever I get ready to put a package in the mailbox, take it to the PO box, post office, whatever you want to call it, she has a come apart. I think we got some of it on video. So I just had a thought, and apparently I don't know where my clip is for my little microphone, so I'm going to hold it. But um, when I was running down here, I was reminded of the fact that I got an offer on a shirt last night. Seemed like it was midnight or 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, and hadn't had a lot of sales in the last couple of days. So I considered, uh, well, first of all, the initial offer was really low, so I didn't consider that offer, but I did counter, um, and we went back and forth, and I love a good haggling and go back and forth, but it was getting a little ridiculous, and it was also 2 o'clock in the morning by that time, and I don't know what why I did this because I don't normally look, but when I was getting ready to consider what my final number was going to be, I looked at where I was shipping it to, and we have international shipping turned off. So it'd be interesting to know your opinions about having that turned on or turned off. But we have it turned off mainly because we don't have a clue about doing that. So we're not right. We're not ready for that. But I did not recognize, it wasn't a typical state. And then I realized it's some island somewhere near Japan. Apparently, it has a United States Postal Service post office there. So must be an island that's one of our islands. I don't know. I need to do more research on it. But at 2 o'clock in the morning, I was struggling. So gratefully, my wife woke up, and so I asked her, "Hey, there is what I assume is a zip code here. So like, what's the shipping going to be to this? Because we typically use Ground Advantage." And so she, half awake, looked it up, and it was going to be about double what we normally pay for Ground Advantage, which makes sense because, I mean, obviously there's no ground between here and there, so something has to happen to get it there. But then it dawned on me how much money was going to come out of our pocket because we have fixed rate shipping. It's a decision we chose to do. I think it makes us a little more competitive, here in the continental U.S. I mean, compared to where this place was at, it was not a terrible price for shipping, but it was, way over what we had for our fixed rate. So I had to count that into my final number, and really couldn't go any lower than I did. We ended up not making a deal on that shirt, but I don't normally look at stuff like that because I'm not worried about it being an international shipping right now. But I just wanted to bring this up to say, when you're going back and forth, make sure you pay attention because your best number, if you've got fixed rate shipping, you got to factor in, how much is it going to cost you to ship it to that location. We're in Alabama. If it's going to California, that's a different story than if it's going to Mississippi. So, and then I had somebody do something interesting this morning. Instead of just sending me an offer directly on a shirt, they sent us a like a private message and said, "Hey, what's the least amount you would take for this shirt?" And I thought, well, that's weird. Why don't you just make me an offer? And because of last night's experience, I thought, well, you know what? I can't answer that question without knowing where am I shipping this to. So I followed up without giving them a number. I said, well, before I can come up with that, I need to know where am I going to ship this to so I can factor that into my price. Guess what? I never got a response back from that person. So they may have been hoping that I wasn't going to be paying attention to that. And anyway, I'm not sure. I'm very weary of people not going through the normal channels to make us an offer and that kind of stuff. So the moral to the story is that when you are considering an offer, make sure you consider shipping. And last thing you want to do is give somebody your lowest number and then realize, oh, it's a whole lot lower than that because now I got to pay out of the pocket a good bit for shipping that I hadn't planned on. Anyway, me and the package princess heading back to do some more listings. Just found the 2 totes that I was looking for that we store our inventory in, and they're in the back seat. So when you get older, you forget things like that. So found them, and glad I made it to the post office before noon. We tried to get our stuff out just as fast as possible, and even though we didn't have to actually put it in the P.O. box until Monday, we had 2 different items that need to be shipped. So I'm like, you know what? I can make it before 12. Let me run on up there and take care of that and check our P.O. box while we're there. So anyway, hope y'all have a blessed weekend, and we'll talk to you about some other items later. God bless.